I've had the craziest morning. Went into town, I found a hat full of money. And then some dude with a guitar starts chasing me. Bloody maniac. G'day race fans, it's Adrian here. Welcome back to Just a Ride, where I am still in the processes of putting this bottom end back together. And it's getting serious, people. I have noticed something quite large and significant and serious. Got the final drive on here and it is just frozen solid. I'm going to hesitate to use the word seize because that's a terrible adjective when it comes to describing anything with the internal combustion engine, but this is frozen. With this final drive frozen in the state that it's in right now, I am not going to move forward in any way, shape or form. I actually have the rings of Jeff Bailey at Full Noise, our new champion, has sourced for me. There's my wee little pistons, cleaned up alright, didn't they? Bloody mosquitoes. Yeah, factory issue ring set. Was totally prepared to finish this engine off, you know, with the cylinder head and all the rest of it, because that was the final piece, which I have. But before I did, I was just sort of tinkering through the week, you know, and I grabbed the old final drive and I put it on the shaft, and it just doesn't move freely. It should. It is not. If you can remember, this is the actual shaft that I was attempting to tidy up with some wet and dry sandpaper. It's clear now that I did not do a sufficient enough job. I'm going to have to go back in, crack this, and work that problem before I even think about top end. So yeah, I won't bore you with me re-cracking and putting this back together. That'll get done off camera, but a few things that I suppose I can move on with in the next, you know, wee bit is the side cover. I'm pretty crap at jigsaws, and I've got a doozy here. I've got to fiberglass all this back together. Yeah, good luck to me. This is broken in many places, and I presently have it put together ready for fiberglass sheeting. I've never done this before. I was given the advice on the join here, where all the cracks are, to get in there with the little Dremel die cast grinder thingy and try and open up the cracks so the fiberglass matting has a nice healthy purchase to make. I'm actually quite surprised at how structurally sound that is just with tape, but yeah, it ain't gonna last. It's gonna get fiberglassed and then obviously sanded back and painted. Also got this little bad boy. So this is the wiring harness that I'm trying to decipher. As you can see here, I've already done a few little things, you know, like just the denotions of exactly what they are and where they go, because my intent is to pretty much rebuild this thing. Yeah, already, once you've got all that tape off, there's some scabby bits of exposed wire that makes me uncomfortable. But of course, to rebuild it, one needs to know what the heck it is. So obviously I still have a little bit of deciphering to go on that. That should be fun. About as fun as syphilis. So yeah, a little bit of housekeeping, I suppose. Do that resin stuff. I'll try and capture some fumes off of that for you. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to happen in the backyard too, just quietly. That is not going to happen indoors. Yeah. See how I go with this resin. Wheel bearing installation, I suppose. Bit of the good folks at Saul's Bearings, and they've sorted me out well and proper with some quality SKFs. One thing I am going to do, I have dust seal covers on both sides of all the bearings. I am going to remove one of those dust seal covers. That will be the internal facing side. The little oil seal pick, little dentist tool. It's just a case of getting in there and getting that guy out of here. I'm going to do that on all of them. Okay. Now I'm going to pack the internal facing side with some insurance. Raspberry jam is what I prefer. There we go. One packed bearing, ready to go. A high five. How do I get on my wrist? Oh, filthy bugger. A couple of seals as well from Saul's Bearings. Okay. I got some heat. I got a steel hammer. I have the bearing removal tools, that to put the bearing in. That'll go inside the race, and I'm just gonna metal hammer, pertaining on that, on what is a hot warmed bearing race. So all I need now is the thingy. Here, one of those. Okay. Nice and clean. I got that guy first. Flame on! Ready to go. Just gonna go on insurance policy on that outer race. That's seated. Can't forget the spacer, can't forget the spacer, can't forget the spacer. What can't I forget? The spacer. Nice. Now an oil seal goes on this side, just in there. Give it a helping hand. And a little bit of internal loving, just like the bearing. Because why wouldn't you? You know, just to help it along. There we go. Like a glove. Alright, second verse, same as the first. Like a glove. Done a little bit more work on this heinous bloody thing in the last couple of hours or so. Just a few more, what were actually the bar mount controls. I had to decipher, you know, what did what in relation to that. So a few more tags are on here. This job's almost good. I really still don't fully understand electrical, so obviously I ain't going to move forward without the absolute assurance of how it works and what should be where and why. But I've got the basics. I just need, I know how much I don't know, put it that way. But that's coming along. So yeah, wheel bearings are in. Obviously some issues at the bottom end there. I'll source those problems and rectify those problems. Easy peasy. Actually, hey, just a heads up. So I do have a absolute YouTube creator man crush on a gentleman from Tasmania called Andy, from Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions, and he made a video years ago which I watched just recently on the JIS Phillips head screwdriver. Thank you, Andy. I no longer loathe Phillips head bolts when you have the correct screwdriver. JIS, Japanese industry special, don't quote me, but it's something, it's come from Japan. It was a $25 bloody screwdriver and it is ingenious. There's something about that head is different to the normal things that we've always owned. But yeah, loving that. About as far as I can go. I'll put a few rubber grommets on the frame. You know, it's the first thing that's touched the frame is rubber grommets. That's gonna come along well. I'm looking forward to putting things on that frame. Oh, it's gonna be exciting. I think that's me, guys. Peace out, be safe, be happy.